Welcome back to the Beyond the Summit studio. We just narrowly dodged a bomb scare. Lumi's phone is going nuts. We thought something was about to explode, and it turns out it was his alarm.
Look,
we do apologize for the inconvenience.
You know?
The draft is well underway. It's Alliance versus Speed Gaming. Best of 5, game 1 of the series. The rematch. Loser goes home, gets knocked out of the WePlay Dota 2 tournament. $25,000 at stake in this event. It ain't the International 3 in terms of prize pool, but you gotta know Eternal Envy is going all out with this one. He took down Alliance once. Can he do it twice?
So before this game happened, I tweeted that this best of 5 is the most hyped thing since TI3 finals. A lot of people corrected me. It should have been the Star Ladder final, and you know Na'Vi Alliance is very hype, but to me there's some personal stake on this one.
There's definitely it's a little sassier of a storyline.
Yeah,
Is that like that's something extra to this match?
I mean,
sure,
Na'Vi Alliance, sure, grand final. That's cool.
Maybe those are the better games, but this is the more interesting storyline. I think that's indisputable for anyone who's followed the Eternal Envy saga. Well, the draft is well underway. Diving into what's left of it, we'll see Alliance getting a lot of their favorite heroes here.
They get the Skywrath Mage.
Yeah, and then a wild Skywrath Mage appears. But they got the Lifestealer Prophet, to load on one of his signature carries, the Bulldog Prophet, the Clockwork, probably for S4 going mid. Skywrath Mage for Ake, I believe, the one who usually plays it. And then we'll have to see what EGM's on. But as for Speed Gaming, very single target heavy. Very bursty, tanky lineup. They go for a Troll, a Visage, and a Spirit Breaker. Where do they go from here?
I don't know. I think this Skywrath Mage is pretty confusing. It looks like it's going to be a bounty hunter to get himself a little bit of movement speed. I'm not really sure what the Skywrath Mage is about. Generally, when you pick this hero, you pick it for the silence.
Are they like trying to prevent Eternal Envy from going towards the Storm Spirit?
Maybe.
We know Sing Sing loves his Queen of Pain, but Speed Gaming actually banned that out already. So
yeah, I mean, sure, Storm Spirit is a worry, but there's a lot of other heroes that are very good at that. Against it. So, Skywrath Mage, do you know if silence stops a charge from a Spirit Breaker? I don't think it does.
No, you have to actually disable him in some way.
Okay,
some sort of mini stun.
Skywrath Mage doesn't give you anything of that sort, so I have no idea. Maybe you just want a support that gives you good single target damage, coupled with that Clockwork cog, but Lina gives you that, and they play Lina a lot.
It's a really good combo with Prophet and Clockwork, though. If someone is trapped, it gives you insane burst damage. So I suppose there's always that to fall back on, but at least I'm like 95% sure it doesn't cancel charge. I could be wrong, but it's not a spell once you've already cast it at that point, so being silent shouldn't affect you.
Yeah, I guess it really adds to Alliance long-range initiation. You have the Clockwork Hook, you have the Prophet TP, and of course the Lifestealer Bomb that goes with it. And Skywrath Mage with this, what is it, 1600 initiation with Concussive Shot. That's pretty nice stuff. And he is one of those supports that give you really good sustained magical output in terms of damage.
He's also food if he gets caught. And they have some good gankers.
Well, which support isn't food when they get caught? Maybe not.
Shadow Demon, Rubik. Rubik is like there was a Rubik in the pool, by the way. So he is, to me, either him or Disruptor, like the two best supports to counter Spirit Breaker. Instantly just lift him, and then you could steal charge and charge him, and then the fight turns around. But they actually opted not to go for the Rubik, so I feel like this is just kind of trying to deter Envy from his preferred. I mean, it's either just they like the synergy with Clockwork Cogs and Prophet Sprout, or they want to deter Envy from going for those intelligent semi-carries like the Storm Spirit.
I don't think we will see a Storm, although, again, Eternal Envy loves that Storm, and now a Treant Protector coming out from Alliance. When you have Troll Warlord, like Gyrocopter, already a very good carrier. We haven't seen Gyro. At least I haven't for quite a bit, and I think he'll do quite okay here.
Yeah, Gyro would be a nice choice, especially now that there's a tree in the pool. Great way to remove living armor, and for Alliance, they've gone for two fairly passive laning supports. They can't really gank at all. Skywrath Mage, sure you've got Concussive Shot, but that's not a great setup spell. It's okay. It's a decent snare, but realistically, Alliance can't really go aggressive with their supports, which means Speed Gaming could put something a little bit greedier mid, I feel, and get away with it.
Well, is Troll Warlord not their mid right now?
Well, it probably is. It's probably Sing's hero mid, but they could pick something that's normally very gankable. They know Alliance is not going aggressive here, so Speed Gaming love to be greedy. Is there anything they can do here that would be greedier than what Alliance will already be looking to do with the Lifestealer Prophet? We'll probably see two very fast Midases.
I mean, I don't know what's outside. I mean, Tinker, is that greedy?
It's definitely different, but
yeah, I don't really think
no Elder Titan to combo with them though.
Yeah, I just think like any standard carry would do fine here. PA.
PA?
Is that greedy? I don't think so.
It's a somewhat weak laning carry, but it's not that bad. It's not like you're picking up a Spectre or anything.
PA is... It seems like a pretty bad hero here. I don't know.
Well, it's great against Lifestealer, because the evasion is really powerful in that matchup.
He's also really good against these kind of quote-unquote pseudo-stuns. You could blink out of a cog or a Sprout.
And he'll have a Quelling Blade for the Sprout for most of the game.
For the most part, it's cool. I do want to speak to Treant Protector. He's actually a really good hero against Spirit Breaker, because a lot of supports, if you're not in range to actually stun off a Spirit Breaker like a Telekinesis Lift, you're not really helping out. But Living Armor actually negates a ton of Spirit Breaker's damage output, which is actually fairly significant. Between Living Armor and the natural tankiness of Clockwork, I think S4 is going to have a very easy time on the mid lane.
Yeah, S4 is going to be mid against Troll, though. And I haven't seen that matchup, but just having seen Troll against most melees, I'm guessing Sing Sing's going to do well in this matchup.
Well, he also has Living Armor, so it's hard to say.
I think even with Living Armor, he'll still CS well. He may not be able to harass S4, though. Well, with that being said, Lumi, it's game 1 of a best-of-5. Speed Gaming versus the Alliance. Last time these two teams met, it was not your International 3 defending champions who prevailed. It was Speed Gaming, and they did it in convincing fashion. Can they do it one more time? They need to, or they get knocked out. Again, it is best of 5, so we're in for the long call here. Pylai Dai going to be playing the Spirit Breaker. Eternal Envy, starting with the Quelling Blade, going to be playing that safe lane Phantom Assassin. Sing Sing taking the Troll Warlord mid. He is going for that Poor Man Shield build. Already has it completed, has been pulled regen. AUI 2000. He'll be playing that farming Visage. I say farming because he always farms.
That is correct.
And then Bone 7 on the offlane Bounty Hunter did start with boots here and has been given a set of sentries.
Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna do some crazy shenanigans, like pulling a creep wave to your own tower and then farming it there. Because what is this Trialing gonna do to stop him? A concussive shot? There's only Arcane Bolt, and there's Living Armor from Treant. Yeah, Bone 7 could do whatever the hell he wants on this lane with that boots of speed.
Yeah, I love the pull that we... And that's the thing is, yeah, like, Skywrath Mage and Treant can't actually punish a Bounty Hunter too much.
I don't think he needs to pull all the way to his own forest. I think he just pull to, like, over here and then just farm it.
Okay.
Or in front of your tower, because if you pull it all the way to your own jungle, you do actually miss, like, the next few waves.
That's very true.
You don't want to do that.
Well, we'll see what Bone 7 looks to do. He does have Sentry Wards already picked up, and Ake, he is the guardian of this jungle. Bone 7 a bit nervous to get in. For now, he'll play it cool, calm, and collected and sit back. Pylai Dai, already deploying a defensive observer ward. Envy, well, Lumi, he's not fully rushing that Midas. We're not seeing him just sitting on 300 gold and looking to get up the really fast recipe here.
I don't think PA is one of those heroes that require the Midas. In fact, if you get a phase boot on her, she actually gives you a ton of mid-game damage. So I think this is one of those games that maybe Envy's going to go phase drums and look towards to take the fight towards Alliance. With that said, Living Armor is not something you want to fight early and often against.
Oh, he was worried about an offlane Clockwork, perhaps. Looked like he wanted to maybe eat one of those trees that I'll keep the creeps bottled in.
Not creative enough. Have you seen Era? He likes to run here with Lifestealer and just like eat all the way through.
Yeah, I also saw Funnick just Fireflight over there, which is like the easiest way to do it. But yeah, there you go. So Bone 7 off the bat. Looks like he wants to contest some of these camps.
He's late.
And, well, I don't think he cares about pulling the wave. He just wants to block some camps, it looks like.
Okay.
Or maybe not, but he's hanging around here quite a while.
Living Armor already used on something.
No, it looks like he does want to get the pull.
Living Armor used on Treants. This is like so next level.
Wait, where is this?
Here's right here.
Oh.
Just making sure those Treants is going to get the pull off, blocking the camp.
They did block this camp, and they might be able to get a magic bush block as well.
But look at the way that Envy's playing this. He draw the creep wave and is meeting it halfway to his own creep wave, or wherever the Treant is. So it's okay. This is the correct response that you want your carry player to have.
Meanwhile, it's Bone 7. He is going for a little bit of a ring around the rosy. He'll bring a full wave in mid. Is he just trying to get fast levels for the troll? That might be the case. No, he'll wrap around towards top in the end. Thought he might be bringing it to that mid lane. Farming his own ancients, perhaps?
Maybe.
Let's see. What's Bone 7 up to here? No, just taking the long way around.
Maybe he's going to farm his high neutrals over here? No, I don't think so. He's going to go back to the tower.
Yeah, now he's lost the creep.
No,
Bone
come
7.
back.
This man is not a good shepherd of his flock, I must say.
All right, he gained it back.
He's re-earned their loyalty.
This is why you don't pull all the way to the jungle, because you miss a ton of farm time. Like there's Treant pulling now, and you're not stopping him from that pull.
And that's an Alpha Wolf with 2 camps, which means they're all just gonna melt.
Yeah.
Mid lane though, Ake doing a nice job of zoning Sing Sing. He's out of mana, and he doesn't have bottle yet, but he does still have a salve, so should be able to farm it. Whereas you look at S4, bottle already on the way.
Yep, and we do have Prophet just going straight back in the jungle and start, working away on his Hana Midas. In terms of Go and EXP intake, Bone 7 is gonna slightly pull ahead, but you expect him to be a little bit ahead, and he hasn't really shut down enemy supports like the same way that Prophet has.
Yeah, and Bulldog will also catch up. He's gonna go for the Midas. Your Bounty Hunter never will be able to catch up in experience as easily, even if he gets gold from Track. Fortunately, it doesn't give a bonus experience. That would be a nice Aghanims upgrade, if Track also gave experience.
Uh-oh. Sing Sing?
Speaking, I mentioned that because we saw the Bulldog Aghanims Bounty Hunter a few weeks back, but Ake, hanging around mid. There's a bottle coming now for Sing Sing, though.
The cop-out is always global range. Like
now the bottle's here. He's getting really aggressive. He gets cogged in. Could very well be our first blood with the battery assault coming through. He does get one bash. He needs a lot more. The blind as well. He's trying to man fight S4. He might get the kill. Sing Sing. No!
Sing Sing.
Living armor. Too good.
I think 90% of the time that would have been a good engagement, especially because he had poor man shield, 4 base armor, and as well as bottle.
But there's living armor.
But there's living armor, and he did not recognize that. Maybe he thought it was off cooldown. Whatever the case is, gave away first blood on the first blood that he did not have to give away.
Yeah, I guess he didn't realize the living armor was off cooldown, because otherwise he could have backed and lived there. Just thrown the axes and run towards his tower. Should have been okay. The rocket had already been used, so.
Meanwhile, we see some next level jungling coming out from Speed Gaming. You saw Alliance do this quite a bit, where you have one support getting the last hit, the other support tunneling and pulling for you. What it gives you is level 2 on both of your supports, which is pretty strong. Highlight that now going to the level 1 camp. Is he thinking about charging mid, but again, really hard to actually help out when there is living armor. The more useful thing.
And I don't think you really want to be diving to Clockwork with 2 melee supports this early on. Like,
yeah.
If you get caught under the tower and cogs, which you almost certainly will, you're in a lot of trouble. So we'll most likely just see him focus on getting his levels. As for Bone 7, still trying to disrupt Bulldog's farm. He will steal a creep here and there. He's picked up that Orb of Venom, but out of regen is going to have to back off and heal up pretty soon.
I find Orb of Venom is somewhat of an overrated purchase on Bounty Hunter. Sure, it gives you a good early game harass, but is he actually harassing anything
It's really good in a 1v1.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's as good when you're up against the tri-lane, though.
Right, and he's not really getting in the harass. In terms of the mid-game, is that slow really going to affect how much you're going to get a kill versus a drums, for example, if you want movement speed? I'm just not sold on the item.
It is a cheap item, though. It's, what, 275 gold, I believe?
Well, it's not a stout shield, right? It's not a magic stick.
That's true.
It's not anything that he could upgrade.
It is a nitpick at the end of the day, though, and we'll have to wait and see if it really turns things around. Bone 7, I mean, I'm just looking at his off-lane Bounty Hunter, only level 2, and not really slowing Bulldog down that much. Bulldog...
Mid-lane, looks like a little bit of man fight coming on. Looks like
we
have a charge coming in, and S4, he does have to hold the mini.
Oh, the battery assault cancels the charge! Now the turnaround could come. Pylai die on the run. He will be okay. You know, sometimes the timing just works out that you get there and hit him anyway with the charge, especially if you have a higher speed.
Not done. They're coming in again here. Bone 7 with a Janata hit. Clockwork Hook already level 6, but I don't think they're going to survive through that one. Living armor was down, so Sing Sing, a repeated gang coming out from Bone 7. Got the kill.
That's a big kill for him. He's almost level 4 off of that. Sing Sing now 6, and you look at Alliance, they devoted a lot to trying to win S4's lane. Living armor. We saw the Skyreth Mage just camping mid for Ake, trying to set up a first blood. Before that, he was trying to zone the troll out of the lane and deny his bottle. And in spite of all their efforts, he ends up giving a kill back the other way. That's really costly. And to make matters worse, he even used hook shot. So S4, it will cool down, but this is a big win for Speed Gaming there.
Okay, so let's check out how our respective carries are doing. Loda's got the Hana Midas running for about 60 seconds now. Working with pretty good gold. Meanwhile, Envy's got...
Oh, don't Battle Fury, or is this Vanguard? What do you think?
No, you can't go Vanguard. Yeah, you go phase and you go ganking PA and maybe get a Battle Fury afterwards. Battle Fury is actually not that bad, but I don't think you should farm with that Battle Fury. You should kill people with that Battle Fury.
It's just very dangerous to turn this into a farm war when Alliance have such a good mid-game pushing lineup and pressure lineup in general. If your PA can't fight, then you're 4v5 at best. And
yeah.
Potentially even here like Spirit Breaker won't be able to get stuff done in the team fight, so...
You are working with supports that kind of fall off during the mid-late game, like, I mean, sure...
Charge on the Admiral Bulldog. This is going to delay his Midas. Ooh. Speed Gaming, they're prepared for these Bulldog shenanigans. He's going to get caught out. They don't even need a Shuriken Toss here. Bulldog is down. And the Midas is deferred for another day.
Yep, highlight that, or excuse me, Bone 7 goes right back to Invis, and he's looking to hunt around for more.
He's been very effective.
Yeah.
Sets up a kill mid, and then, more importantly, slows down the Bulldog Midas.
We see more and more of this leveling up Shadow Walk as a skill. Generally, you think about, hey, maybe you level up Janata or Shuriken Toss, but Shadow Walk allows you to roam around the map a lot longer, and you don't have to waste more of your mana because the duration time is much longer as well, and you set up ganks like those on the Nature's Prophet in the enemy jungle.
Yeah, generally you at least want to get Shadow Walk to level 2, because then you can be always invis.
Right.
The duration is the same as the cooldown at that level, but
overall, at level 1 it already is. But level 1 has such a long fade time that...
No, level 1... Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Mid lane, though, looks like they're going to charge right in, and looks like the mini stun did not actually work here. S4 does have the battery assault, goes right on Sing Sing. Sing Sing does not have living armor. Trying to manfight. Here comes Eternal Envy. The Cog will not save him there, and Envy gets 1 kill. And Ake needs to get out of there. Ake has no mana. Stifling Dagger is going to come through. There is going to be living armor very soon. Yeah, that's going to be it. Ceiling Tree nearby with the threat of a Leech Seed. And he's not going to die.
That early TP as well as the rotation from the Spirit Breaker. Speed Gaming off to a great little start here. Score 3-2, but for me, it's just the game tempo and pace is a Speed Gaming pace. Lots of small pickoffs. Visage getting a fast level 6. Bounty Hunter getting a fast level 6. And everybody who needs to get farm, mainly the PA and the Troll, they're getting it. So Speed Gaming come mid-game. If they can keep this pressure up, they're going to be in fantastic shape.
Yeah, not in terms of the goal-wise. I think Bone 7's getting farm as well, but the experience, right? He's getting level 6, and once he does have level 6, your entire team is getting farmed because of track gold. So look towards him to elevate his entire team's gold intake. And in that case, if you're getting like 5 to 10 track kills during the mid-game, I think Eternal Envy and his team could take it late if they want to.
Yeah, their team is very scary late game. Alliance have kind of the more like standard late game lineup because you have a strong late game carry in the Lifestealer and then a Prophet who's just great in all late game scenarios. But for Speed Gaming, they just have all these snowball face rush kind of heroes and that also scale well with items. Troll and PA. I mean, they're not necessarily a Spectre or a PL, but they'll still do a lot of work if the game goes late.
So top lane, Loda has picked up a Dust. Bone 7 should be aware of that and should never really show his face anymore because he should actually die if there's a Dust in open wounds right click.
Bone 7 on the prowl. He's already got his phase boots online. He's got track as well, but he doesn't even care about that tree. He wants to find Bulldog. Unfortunately, it's night, and he just barely misses him. And now he's heading towards mid, and it seems they're worried about a potential backstab. S4. Did they actually see it?
Yeah,
Did they
saw
hear him when he shadow walked him?
There's a sentry over here.
Okay, he walked right by it then.
Yeah, Naruto pinged him out, so...
Yeah, they know he's in the area, but can they do anything about it is the question. Meanwhile, bottom lane, it's Eternal Envy going for the first tower of this game. That tier 1 bottom is starting to fall fast. The tier 1 top still quite healthy.
Yeah, meanwhile, Bone 7 just
okay. They knew the Bounty Hunter was here, but it's been so long. You can't... Oh, Sentry Ward's here. Just out of range. Just out of range. The Troll Slow comes in, and now...
Living armor?
I don't know if they... No, they can't dive that. They're respecting the living armor.
Yeah, and possibly of S4 coming in, because they don't really know where he is. Now they see him with the Observe Ward across the hill. I mean, I guess this pace is okay for Speed Gaming. They're not looking to force anything to happen, aside from random pickoff. MV's still farming weight, and we really don't know whether that's a value Ring of Health for the lane. I doubt it is a value Ring of Health.
If you want something that gives you value HP, just throw yourself a salve.
Sure.
You want to build it into something. That's
maybe
a 900 gold invent.
Like a Ring of Regen for a Vlad's later on. That's not too bad. Clockwork Hook on the
mid lane. Catches out Sing Sing. Living Armor's here, but so too are 2 familiars. But here comes your Lifestealer Bomb. And that's going to be the death not only of him, but potentially of 2 familiars. There is no resummon available. Is anyone going to drop? Loda looking for it and gets Grave Chilled up. He doesn't have Rage here. He gets 1 familiar. Now S4 hasted. And on the prowl, Battery Assault. He gets the cogs on AUI, traps him in, then thinks better of it.
Oh, Bone 7's dead here. There's going to be Dust on Loda. Loda pops right back out. Open Wound's going to be used. And Bone 7, he saw the Dust hours ago. And
he didn't realize they knew he was still in the neighborhood. And
well, he came out and tracking Amro, so...
Pays for it.
Yeah.
And now Bulldog, despite all their efforts, he still has his Midas. He'll start using it now. He's up to 1,100 gold. The treads are not far off. Or at least the boots and then into the Shadow Blade. And even though there's a Bounty Hunter, this does feel like kind of a split push game to Alliance.
Yeah, I mean, whether you want to split push against a Spirit Breaker, a Bounty Hunter, and a PA who could kind of come out of nowhere and kill you is another story. But Alliance definitely have a split pushing lineup. Speed Gaming has a lineup to deal with it, though.
Yeah, that's very true. And the other option is he could go for that build he's been going for, where as the past few days, I guess he's been going Force Staff and Mech a lot. So they have the Clockwork, but maybe S4 gets to skip his own Force Staff, and he can hook in. Your Prophet can Force Staff him out, trap the PA. Or not the PA, but maybe someone like the Troll. But we'll just have to wait and see for now. Speed Gaming defensively farming. They still haven't taken the tier 1 bottom, which I imagine they'd really love to, but It's tough against living armor.
Yeah, that's the walls of PA. She just doesn't push that well. PA, by the way, might just get ganked here. S4 lining that hook, using a smoke, trying to stay out of sight. One thing that if the Clockwork isn't getting the mech, he could get a Blade Mail here, and that's going to be really good against PA, who can't really control the crit. Against Troll Warlord, who is always going to be in your face against
And against Scarith Mage as well. Like, if they get Blade Mail and they have the Scarith Mage, you pretty much have to get a BKB to deal with that.
I mean, BKB will come from Sing Sing. It will come from Envy, but...
It might force it first, even, which would be still pretty useful in its own right.
Meanwhile, we do have Bone 7 now scouting out Tree, and this is the free kill, right? They don't go for him, though. They want to go for mid.
Killing the tree it's like fool's gold, I think.
Yeah,
you need to kill the
It is tracked, though. It is tracked.
It is tracked.
Yeah. Here comes the charge.
The charge. There's another strike available, and it goes right on Bulldog, but the living armor blocking nearly all the damage. Incoming your familiars, the hook shot's there. It's a turnaround. Once again, Alliance were ready for it, and they come in with 4 heroes, easily deal with the gank, and nothing was lost this day.
Well, those familiar birds... Oof. Okay, looks like they're fine. And this is why that living armor is so good against Pile Die's Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker is just not a hero anymore once that living armor is online.
Yeah, it blocked. It felt like it blocked like 80% of his damage there.
Yeah.
That was just brutal.
Bone 7 now looking for a bit more. There is a dust available, so even if he kills Ammo Bulldog, he's probably going to die for it. So Bone 7 is so far not very effective. I mean,
and Envy is going Battle Fury, by the way. He's got the Claymore and the Broadsword out, so... I think he's just looked at the way this game's developed and said, Alliance aren't giving us enough kills for me to go for a ganker build. I need to secure the late game, go back for the Battle Fury, and try and... Ultimately, if it goes late, PA is one of the best heroes to deal with a Lifestealer, because you have that 40% evasion once it gets maxed.
Well, until Hex comes out from...
Well, yeah, there's always BKB, and then there's always Abyssal Blade from Lifestealer, too. So
it's like a story of one.
It's an arms race.
Yeah.
We'll have to see if it comes to that. But Envy, for now, he is angling towards late game. Didn't go for the super greedy Midas, but top lane, there's action breaking out. And Naruto in a bit of trouble. Bone 7 gets caught. Now the Overgrowth comes through. Envy looking for a kill. He's got to chew through this living armor, just not in time. Lacks the deeps, but Loda would be a bigger prize, and they'll get him. Hook in from S4, just a second too late. Almost saved Loda there. Loda did not have Infest. Used it to jump in.
Clockwork Colic's really good this game. A single mana burn. Everybody's out of mana.
And who's going to build? I guess it's your Visage who will build the Arcane Boots, but normally it doesn't rush those. You want to get like your Medallion and even your Ags up first.
I think he just might have to get it this game and just reserve it as an activation during that team fight because...
Yeah, none of these heroes have big mana pools.
A single cog is GG time. Well, looks like Pro Warlord's going to go something like a Vlad first, I imagine. Yeah,
probably Vlad's into BKB because just solely for the Scarith Mage and the cogs, the Battery Salt, you do need a BKB this game.
Okay, Battle Fury online, so that's where you kind of start to go farm like a madman in the jungle. But
they haven't stacked camps for him, which normally we would see. Well, there's one stack here, but there's no huge ancient stacks for Envy. He'll still farm quickly, but this is not an anti-mage. PA just does not move around the map the way that hero can.
That's true. But you know, true to what we talked about, PA, she is an early game killer. You know, the 2 early game engagement, she teleport and got kills. Once on the mid lane and once on the top lane against Loda. So look towards Envy, keep doing that. And surprised to see that he doesn't have a TP right now.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he's going to pick one up very soon. He's pretty diligent about that in most cases. As for Alliance, they've just been farming. Loda has the Midas up. I think he's almost got his armlet complete. Yeah, in fact, it is a completed armlet on the Courier. Coming out soon, and you look at Bulldog, he is going mech again. Treads into mech, so... It's honestly, it is probably the more strategically sound build, because like you pointed out, there's a Spirit Breaker and a Bounty Hunter. Sure, you have Living Armor, but why be off on your own split pushing without the proper defensive items? So he'll play it safe for this game, and seems to be paying off for Alliance. They're going to take the first tower 16 minutes in. The tier 1 top will be the first.
Yeah.
There's a TP from the Troll, but Sing Sing needs a lot of help if he wants to defend this. He doesn't get the deny, and now Loda looks to go in on him. There's an armlet, and now Open Wounds comes through. Then fast pop back out. S4 is on the prowl. Sing Sing, he thought he had backup. He was wrong. It comes now. Pile Die redirecting with that initial charge. The cogs come through. He doesn't have mana for another strike. Now AUI trapped in the trees. Bulldog trying to finish him off. There is a hook shot. It's too late. 1 split second too late. Now Pile Die. 1, maybe 2 more hits. That should be it. It's 2 heroes that fall in the end. Your Visage barely surviving, but forced to TP out. And they're going to take 2 towers.
I mean, these are very questionable fights from Speed Gaming. I'm not sure why they're playing as YOLO as they are. Like, they need Envy to make that TP if they want to fight like that.
Yeah, and they need Bone 7 to be there, because
Sure.
you want track... This lineup, I feel like track move speed might be their most important ability, because they're a quad melee lineup. Like, I guess Troll can be ranged, but generally in fights you want to be melee for him.
He's a fast melee, let's be fair,
Yeah.
but he's still melee nonetheless. So.
They really want Bone 7 in fights. Like, track is a very important source of damage for them, just allowing heroes to get off extra attacks, but... Well, like you said, it seems like maybe they're not quite on the same page.
Well... Phantom Assassin has a Helm of Dominator, or Morbid Mask. I imagine that's going to be turned into Helm of Dominator. Or do you think he's going to get the Vlads?
Oh no, Sing Sing's got to be going for it. In fact, he already has it.
Okay, so HOD, not too bad. Again, more armor, very, very good. I mean, you got to imagine, once the BKB comes out, and again, they will come out, what is heroes like Skywrath Mage and Clockwork really going to do? So it really rests on Loda as well as Ammo Bulldog Shoulder to dish out that physical damage. And that's where the extra armor really helps out. One thing they do have to be aware of is that living armor, or sorry, not living armor, Trees Protector's Ultimate Overgrowth, is actually very good against these BKB heroes.
It's actually amazing against pretty much their entire team.
Yeah.
So, we'll see if Mr. EGM, or Naruto as he's currently calling himself, perhaps in tribute to Envy.
Naruto's such a bad enemy. Envy would agree.
Yeah, well, EGM's a poser, I guess.
I guess. But yeah, I mean...
Put your beanie back on, EGM.
EGM doesn't have to actually use his Overgrowth for anything aside from waiting for the BKB to come out and then using it, so...
Yeah, there's no big channeling spell to cancel, nothing like that.
So I think once the BKB comes out, it's not even done. Like, you still have to get Manta or something, you know, one-up the Overgrowth.
And it seems like Speed Gaming just do not feel they can contest this Roshan. They don't really have great map control in general. You look at their vision, Lumion. It's fairly bad for this stage of the game. They have the tier 1 mid that's their main saving grace, but... You can see no wards in their jungle, no wards past the river, aside from the one on the Radiant side. Just generally, you have a Spirit Breaker Bounty Hunter. You want to see where they are and be finding pickoffs, but Alliance are not allowing them to play their game.
The charge comes on the mid lane. S-Force behind everybody. He's going to hook in. That's going to be a 2-man, 3-man cog. The Wrath Nature's going to come through, and here comes the Skywrath Ultimate. Envy joins them 4v1. It looks like the Life Flow Ultimate hits everybody, and they're so low. There's no mech on this team, and that's why everybody's dying. 2 dead, and it looks like they're chasing for more AUI. Needs to use that yeah, there you go. He's back home.
He's got his DD, as you mentioned. He wants to come back in, but as long as the Lions stick together as a nice clump, they can't. Actually, I think Envy blinked into the middle of the cogs there to finish the kill, which it helped get the kill, but then you just had Speed Gaming with 3 heroes trapped in the cogs, just getting hellfire rained down upon them by the Skywrath Mage.
It was a 3-man cog to start with. It became a 4-man cog.
Yeah, 4-man.
Which actually helped against Skywrath Mage's ultimate, like because Envy tanked some of it from his ally, but it did not help against the Infest Bomb, which AoEs galore rain down blood and gore and meat on everybody.
And meat.
Yeah. When he pops out, there's blood and meat, right?
Yeah, chunks of something nasty. But I think the other thing is, that was the first fight I've ever seen Leech Seed feel like it did something.
Oh, he healed, yeah.
Yeah, it felt like it helped them out a bit in that fight. I mean, other spells would have helped more, but nonetheless, they'll take it. So Envy does pick up the Helm of the Dominator. It's an Ogre Frost Mage. Not that he really...
That's a huge...
It's nice against Lifestealer.
It is. I mean...
There's a lot of magical damage on this team, though.
For now, it is. If you can maintain that Ogre Frost Mage, it's pretty good. If you look at Lifestealer, he's going straight into MKB. Gotta take away that 40%
This is a really smart item build by Loda.
Yeah. I mean, it's the only item build. I don't think he could go anything else against Envy.
Yeah, you don't want to be going Basher or anything like that in this game. Just make it a good adjustment to deal with the Bounty Hunter, or sorry, the PA, and even the Troll Blind, for that matter. When your rage is on cooldown, you don't want to be missing.
Okay.
So it's a smart build, but the scary thing is he's going to have that MKB soon. Like, he's going to have it at the 22, 23 minute mark. And Envy went Battle Fury build, but he's just getting completely out-farmed right now.
I mean, Envy's the one that's joining the fight, and he hasn't died, which actually is very surprising the way that he's been playing his hero. Meanwhile, if you look at Loda, aside from dying that one top lane, he's very effective. 4-1-3, farming extremely well. The net worth is on his favor because of things like Roshan, the Tower Advantage, but if you look at raw creep kills, it's Envy that's 40 creep kills ahead.
Teleport to the top lane. It seems Alliance, they know that Speed Gaming want to go for this tier 1 top. They're already hanging out at the tier 2. They get the load of MKB. And you better watch out if he finds his way into the cogs with 3 or 4 heroes trapped. With an MKB armlet at this stage of the game, Oh boy, I don't even know if a PA can man fight this Lifestealer right now.
No, you can blink away.
Even with your evasion and your crit, it's not happening.
Well, I mean, if you're the crit lord, you could kill him before he kills you.
If the RNG is amazing, perhaps, but you're not dodging anything.
I'm pretty sure if you're Lifestealer, you could infest through the cogs and then come back out on the inside.
On the other side, like tunnel in.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, maybe.
It has enough of an AOE cast range.
Yeah, I guess it depends where the game decides to pop you out. But Bulldog now, he's got an infest bomb with that fresh, shiny MKB. They'll be looking for a kill, and they're about to spot out Sing Sing. Bottom lane, the pings come. Sing Sing in all sorts of trouble. Where's that TP? Nothing yet. They even put living armor on Bulldog. If Sing Sing's just a little bit more isolated, they might go. They're meanwhile rotating through the middle lane. It's a two-pronged attack from Alliance, but there's nobody to catch here. In the end, it's just no engagement yet. Very patient.
They're looking to actually maybe wait for a TP to come on the mid lane and then go for a pickoff. This is what Alliance really like to do. I'm not sure whether Speed Gaming wants to even defend that tier 2 tower. They see out AI 2000, he's behind the tower. I'm not sure whether Speed Gaming could make this a defense. I really don't think they can.
They have a very bad defensive lineup in general. They don't have AoE. They don't have a great obvious initiator. Spirit Breaker charging in is not guaranteed to even hit anyone against Cogs, against Overgrowth, and Hookshot. And who else goes in first? It's like up to AUI 2000 to just hit amazing familiar stuns.
Man, if you have to initiate with familiar stuns, you're in deep stuff.
Yeah, you're in some doo-doo. So this game looking better and better for the Alliance. We're now 22 minutes in, and they lead.
Oh! That was... My goodness.
Sama.
Why is this Clockwork Hook at level 1? That's why he didn't get the kill.
Oh no, he misskilled.
He misskilled. You get range.
Is S4 feeling the heat?
Or something, I don't know.
A little stressed out here, perhaps?
I guess.
I don't know. They did lose to Speed Gaming last time.
Look at this. Bone 7, catch up Midas. Here we go. I love this.
Really? On a bounty hunter?
You need the levels, right? You need the level 16. This game is going long, I think.
I don't think it is. I think Alliance are just going to start taking all the outer towers and start
but they're not going to go base, right? Actually, they can, because there's no AoE. If your best AoE is a melee whirling axis from Troll, you have no AoE.
Here's the problem for Speed Gaming as I see it right now. Loda can just rage and hit the tower, and their best way to initiate against that is what? Like, you either charge him or nether strike him and try and just focus him down. But they have Overgrowth to counter-initiate. They have Hookshot and Cogs to counter-initiate. Actually killing Loda requires some amazing RNG and also just a slow reaction from Alliance.
Loda, they can't even kill S4.
Well, they need... Loda's the one they have to kill, because he's the one who's going to be hitting their tower for, like, 230 damage.
That's true. They can't even get to Loda, though, because S4 is always going to be in the front line cogging and being annoying. Alright, here comes...
Yeah, forget the catch-up Midas. The Alliance is going for the jugular right the hell now. 24 minutes in, trying to break the base. The charge comes through. The Cogs, however, are there. And now Loda starts to go to work with that MKB. AUI 2000 so tanky through the Gravekeeper's Cloak, but it doesn't matter. Loda gets the kill regardless. The tower falls. And Alliance systematically dismantling Speed. 24 minutes in.
This is where you need a gyro. You need that cooldown. You need flash, something to defend Sing Sing. Yeah, Sing Sing is dead.
By the way, Envy is just jungling right now.
Envy says he can defend, and he's correct. There's no way they can defend.
Yeah, so while he's busy not defending, Light's busy taking 2 lanes of Rex. They're going mid.
Yeah?
Straight to the middle lane.
I mean, you keep pushing until they say, you know, Envy's gonna come back. And Envy, if he comes back, he's dead. Is he farming desperately for something? He's not.
I just think you look at the Speed Gaming line. Well, we're probably going to have the final battle soon, so we'll talk about it afterwards. But here comes your charge into the Cogs. Not just to stun off a EGM, but that's about it. In comes Envy. Blows up one. Now S4 focusing him, though. Nether Strike onto S4. It's looking okay, but the living armor, the mech turn it around. The Overgrowth, they focus the Spirit Breaker down.
The buyback
and now,
comes out.
all of a sudden, Envy dead as well. He's forced to buy back Loda right into the fray. Can anyone kill him? They need a crit. They can't get it. Infest, pop back out. Loda trying to man-fight Envy. Who's got the better RNG? Loda does, and he is going to die. But it was at the cost of a double buyback. Now everybody retreating out.
All right.
They've gotten a few track kills. They have a charge soon. They should get at least one more.
All right, they're going to go for more. The Force Staff's going to come out. S4's back alive. You need to turn back because Loda just bought back.
Loda.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you have track. S4, does he have a cooldown in his hook? He does not yet. So
they just want the Rex now. That's all they care about. Envy can't buy back. He just bought back, died again, and Alliance are saying 2 lanes of Rex. You're toast. And indeed, Speed Gaming. Well, it's a speedy defeat for them in game 1.
I really think that was a drafting mistake from Envy, or whoever that was drafting. Pale die. They just needed AoE. They need gyro. Gyro was in the pool.
I also didn't like the way they itemized, because you have a lineup that's really built around pickoffs.
Okay.
And then Envy goes Battle Fury.
Okay. It is.
And then you go catch up Midas.
Look, you can't blame the catch up Midas.
The game was probably over by that point, but
yeah, you know it was.
I feel like their lineup needed to go for items that helped them fight like around the 8 to 15 minute mark.
They couldn't find openings. Living Armor is like. I think as soon as you saw a tree, you say, we need some range carry that could blow up Creep Wave, and Gyrocopter comes to mind.
That would have been the safe choice, but Gyro is not, he's not as great against a Lifestealer if it comes to like a man fight, whereas PA, I think Envy was thinking, I have evasion, I have crit. PA is like the perfect counter, in theory, to any sort of DPS hero.
Evasion and crit did not help him out in the last team fight.
Not when Load has a 22-minute MKB, so... Lumi, game 2 now coming. Alliance.
We got a couple more. So.
2 games away. 2 games away from taking the series. All right, guys, stay tuned. We're going to take a very quick break. When we come back, we'll be live with game 2. It is a best of 5, so your rares have a long way to go before they're even given away or before you get them back. Stay tuned.